Hello everyone, welcome to the Ichimoku.co daily stock market review for the trading day ending Monday, July 6th. Firstly to the S&P 500, and here we see a change of trend for today's trading. The day prior to today we saw the market testing just above the highlighted yellow zone of previous support in the recent past and resistance prior to that, and the indecisive candle suggested that we weren't seeing any strong follow through. The buyers had lost the control that they had, and the market was set up for a change of trend, and that's exactly what we have seen with today's trading. We've seen the candle form a lower high and a lower low, and as the market rallied throughout the trading day from the open, we also saw resistance coming in once again at the top of the highlighted yellow zone and the market selling off. Now, by the same token, the sellers also lost some commitment throughout the trading day. You can see this largish shadow on the bottom, and that happened as the market tested very close to the swing low down here, roughly about 2056, 2055 or so, and it suggests that we have another indecisive candle with downside price rejection and upside price rejection. Now, what we haven't seen is the sellers take control. Neither side has actually closed with control, so that does suggest that there is some doubt as to whether the market will be able to continue the trend to the downside. But if the sellers do come back into the market, there is still potentially strong support anywhere down to about this 2040 level, and especially at 2040 if we do see the market trade down to there. By the same token, if we trade higher or attempt to trade higher, we may continue to find resistance at the top of the highlighted zone, roughly about 2079, 2080. Now, to put all of this in perspective, is that we do now have a bearish market in all three timeframes. We saw the bearish breakout, but we didn't see any strong bearish follow through to confirm. We saw a retracement that lasted for about 2 candles, and very quickly we saw indecision into the market, and now the market selling off, but on a very weak candle. We do have the bearish market in the longer term time frame. We're trading below the cloud and below the Kijun-sen. The Tenkan-sen suggests that we have a bearish market in the medium and fast term time frames, and the Chikou span is supporting the bearishness now by trading below the corresponding price action. That's the orange line here. So there is a bit of a hint here that we could see the market trade lower, but certainly the short term dynamics in this current candle aren't supporting that. Now, just looking at the Fibonacci extension tool, now that we're in a first time frame downtrend, and we're comparing the current first time frame downtrend to the immediate previous first time frame downtrend. And here today we've seen the market testing just almost to the 38.2% level, being rejected from there on the back of this indecision entering the market and the sellers losing commitment. This suggests that there is a very real possibility of a change of trend back to the upside. Moving next to the Dow 30, and a similar change of trend here today, following the market rallying over the previous couple of days and indecision entering the market as it tested just above the 17735 level. We did see support coming in on that candle at the bottom of that highlighted zone, but today the market has breached that area to the downside, but hasn't failed to close significantly beyond that area, closed just at the border of there. So this suggests that the support around this area at 17686 roughly is very, very strong still. And if we look at these candles here, very similar type of candles as they tested down below this 17603 level of support, and following that we saw some strong buying coming in after the market found support around that area. We've actually seen the sellers lose commitment throughout the trading day, and the buyers take control of the market by the end of the day. So even though we have a downtrend in the first time frame, it suggests the possibility of the market trading higher. Now, the buyers will need to be strong enough to breach 17735, previous support area in the recent past, and a previous resistance area. But if they are strong enough, we certainly could see the Dow trading up to about the 17876 level, where we see the Tenkan-sen trading. Moving next to the Nasdaq 100, and a very different type of candle here. A change of trend, yes, it's similar in that way, where we have a lower high and a lower low, but a white body candle now. So what we've seen, even though the trend has changed, is that net momentum has swung to the buyers. As we saw in the previous two indices, the sellers had built some net momentum, but now to the buyers, and it suggests that we could see a change of trend back to the upside. It certainly does suggest that the support at 4395 is very strong. And if we look here, the market has tested back to within this highlighted zone, an area that has held as previous very strong support in the recent past, and it suggests a possibility of the market trading higher. Now, the problem is going to be this strong resistance in this zone that extends up to about 4448, and then at the bottom of the Ichimoku cloud, and the market tested to within the cloud and was rejected breakout from there, so the resistance there is holding very strong. So we're getting some mixed signals here. I suggest that what we want to see is either a strong breakout to the downside below 4347 to confirm the trend in that longer term time frame, or strongly to the upside, and then we'd probably need to breach up through this highlighted zone if we are going to see any strong buying and any major new highs established. So at the moment I think we just need to be patient. We're getting some mixed signals here, even though we do have just a slightly bearish market in the longer term time frame, but so close to the cloud that it's really not too significant. But a bearish market in the medium and fast term time frames, but trading below both the Kijun Sen and Tenkan Sen, the pink line and the green line, which are trading around 4470. Next to the Russell 2000, and interesting, this index is very different than the others. With the others we saw the change of trend today. This market had been trending down from the day prior, and it certainly has been leading the market, and we saw a rally up towards the Kijun Sen resistance. The previous day to today we saw strong selling coming in, with the sellers closing with strong control, but finding support around the bottom or within the Ichimoku cloud. Now a very thin Ichimoku cloud, so very easy to breach a thin cloud. It offers a minimal amount of support or resistance, and as we've seen today, we've seen the market test down through there, continuing the lower high and lower low, continuing the trend to the downside, finding support down, almost down to that 1233 level, not quite reaching there, and the buyers coming in solidly, closing just back up above the Ichimoku cloud, so suggesting we have still just a slightly bullish market in that longer term time frame. If we look at the Chikou span here, it's not supporting either the downtrend or an uptrend with this breakout down below, certainly not supporting the uptrend with the Chikou span within the price action. If we do see the market rally, then potentially strong resistance at the Kijun Sen and Tenkan Sen, about 1265, and then at the 1268 level.